Hey bookworms and literary enthusiasts! Welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into today's literary adventure, if you're new here, make sure to hit that like button. Leave a comment below letting me know your favorite Jane Austen novel. And of course, subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our future book explorations. We truly appreciate your support. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most beloved novels of all time, Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. This isn't just a simple love story. It's a witty, insightful, and timeless exploration of societal expectations, class distinctions, and the often misleading nature of first impressions. So, grab your tea, settle in, and let's unravel the complexities of the Bennet sisters and the enigmatic Mr. Darcy. Our story kicks off in the quaint English countryside, where we meet the Bennet family. Mr. and Mrs. Bennet are the parents of 5 daughters: the beautiful and sweet Jane, the intelligent and spirited Elizabeth, the bookish Mary, the mischievous Catherine, Kitty, and the youngest and most headstrong Lydia. Mrs. Bennet's primary obsession in life: to marry off her daughters to wealthy gentlemen, a necessity in their society, as their family estate is entailed away to a male heir. The arrival of a wealthy bachelor, Mr. Charles Bingley, and his even wealthier, though somewhat aloof, friend, Mr. Fitzwilliam Darcy, in their neighborhood sends a ripple of excitement and a fair bit of frantic energy from Mrs. Bennet through the local society. At the first public ball, Bingley is immediately smitten with the charming Jane, and their connection seems promising. However, the initial interactions between Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy are, well, let's just say they don't exactly start with fireworks of the romantic kind. This is where our titular themes of Pride and Prejudice truly take center stage. Darcy, with his high social standing and considerable fortune, makes a rather unfortunate remark about Elizabeth within her earshot, deeming her tolerable, but not handsome enough to tempt me. Ouch! This sparks an immediate and understandable prejudice in Elizabeth against the arrogant Mr. Darcy. On the other hand, Darcy's pride in his social status leads him to look down upon the Bennets and their less refined connections. As the story unfolds, we see these initial impressions solidify. Elizabeth finds Darcy to be haughty and disagreeable, while Darcy views Elizabeth's family as vulgar and beneath him. This is further complicated by the charming but ultimately unreliable Mr. George Wickham, a militia officer who spins a tale of woe about how Darcy supposedly mistreated him, instantly gaining Elizabeth's sympathy and further cementing her negative opinion of Darcy. Think of it like that office colleague who always has a dramatic story and manages to turn everyone against the perceived villain. Only in this case, the stakes are much higher in the rigid social hierarchy of the time. Now, things take a dramatic turn when Darcy, despite his reservations about Elizabeth's family, finds himself falling deeply in love with her wit, intelligence, and independent spirit. He proposes marriage, but his proposal is far from romantic. He emphasizes his struggle to overcome his social objections and her family's inferiority, which, understandably, infuriates Elizabeth. She vehemently rejects him, fueled by her prejudice and her belief in Wickham's accusations. This scene is a powerful clash of pride on both sides: Darcy's pride in his status, and Elizabeth's pride in her own judgment and her family's honor. Following this disastrous proposal, Darcy, in a moment of surprising humility, delivers a letter to Elizabeth. This letter is a game-changer. In it, he clarifies the truth about his dealings with Wickham, revealing Wickham's true character and his attempts to elope with Darcy's younger sister, Georgiana. He also addresses Elizabeth's accusations about his interference in Jane and Bingley's budding relationship, offering his perspective on why he believed Jane's feelings were not as strong as Bingley's. This letter forces Elizabeth to confront her own prejudices and to see Darcy in a completely new light. It's like finally getting the other side of the story and realizing you might have jumped to conclusions. Just as Elizabeth begins to reconsider her feelings for Darcy, a major scandal erupts. Her youngest sister, Lydia, elopes with none other than Mr. Wickham. This reckless act threatens to bring disgrace upon the entire Bennet family and significantly diminishes the marriage prospects of her older sisters. In this moment of crisis, who steps in to help? You guessed it, Mr. Darcy. In a selfless act of kindness, and dare I say, love, Darcy secretly tracks down Lydia and Wickham, ensuring they get married and saving the Bennet family's reputation. He does this not for any personal gain, but solely out of his growing affection for Elizabeth. This act of profound generosity and his willingness to put aside his pride truly begins to melt Elizabeth's previously held prejudices. It's like seeing someone you initially disliked perform an incredible act of kindness. It forces you to reevaluate everything you thought you knew about them. As Elizabeth reflects on Darcy's actions and rereads his letter, she realizes the extent of her own misjudgment. She begins to see his true character, his integrity, his loyalty, and his genuine care for her and her family. Meanwhile, Darcy, witnessing Elizabeth's evolving feelings, finds himself drawn to her even more. He revisits the Bennets, and after some initial awkwardness and a testament to his changed demeanor, he proposes again. This time, Elizabeth accepts. Their journey from initial disdain to deep love is complete. It's a testament to the idea that first impressions can be deceiving, and that true understanding requires us to look beyond surface appearances and societal expectations. We also see Jane and Bingley finally find their way back to each other, solidifying the happy ending for the two eldest Bennet sisters. Pride and Prejudice isn't just about the romance between Elizabeth and Darcy. It delves into several important themes that continue to resonate with readers today. It explores the societal pressures placed on women in the Regency era, where marriage was often seen as the only viable path to security. It critiques the rigid class structure and the inherent prejudices that come with it. It highlights the importance of self-awareness and the ability to overcome one's own pride and preconceived notions. Ultimately, it celebrates the power of genuine connection and the triumph of love based on mutual respect and understanding, rather than social standing or superficial charm. So, there you have it, a whirlwind tour through the delightful world of Pride and Prejudice. It's a story that continues to captivate us with its witty dialogue, its compelling characters, and its timeless exploration of human nature. Have you read Pride and Prejudice? What are your favorite moments or characters? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your fellow book lovers, and don't forget to subscribe for more literary deep dives. Your support means the world to me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.